Well, here we are once again. Stephen, it's another
You're
Friday.
gonna do a mic check?
Mic
Yeah,
check.
it's a
Check mic. Mic
mic
check.
check. Every time we start, I can't hear that person. That person's too loud or not enough.
I think we're good.
Well,
So
welcome everybody.
we made it a
TGIF.
Friday. Yeah, it is TGIF. It seems like, I look forward more so to everyone in the chat, every Friday. So I look forward to seeing all these guys here. And
You had a rough week. I saw your Facebook post.
yesterday was a
And
bad
I sat
day.
there and I went, poor Glenn, man. He ain't cutting no breaks, nothing.
No,
Poor
no.
guy.
It's like 94 degrees
Enlighten
yesterday.
us for the people that don't follow you on Facebook.
Yeah, so it's 94 degrees yesterday. I have a company van, and in the middle, there's 3 lanes. I'm in the middle lane, and the van it's a Dodge. It was a Dodge. Just
rest your
died.
case right there.
Just died. Now, it's like a fairly heavily traveled road, right? But I'm in the middle lane, right by the light, so I'm blocking all this traffic. People honking the horns, like, yeah, I wanted my car to die
right here, right now.
So, I'm getting out of the car to try and push it a little bit, and there's actually a cop. I thought, okay, great, the cop's going to help me push. No, the cop just drove right around me, left me.
Didn't ask if everything was okay or
nothing. And then the people in the right lane, you figure would push the vehicle over. No, they're still squeezing past. I'm like, you son of a bitches. And I finally get the car over there, and unfortunately,
serve and protect, man. That's what I would have told the cop.
They didn't do any of that. He didn't even stop. Mike's Pliskin's run. The mics work. So we're already doing a better show today. Got the microphones.
Yeah, exactly.
Working.
We're off to a damn good start.
So I want to thank all of you guys here for joining us. Now today is really our very first, really just Q&A session. You guys asked some questions.
Yeah, how many episodes are we at now?
We're at 60 something, 4, 5, something like that. I lose count.
64. 64. You got it written on the title there. 64, like the Commodore 64.
That's it.
No, we're not. We didn't plan it, but basically it's we're gonna do like ask us whatever. Keep it PG if you can.
Yeah, more or less PG. We could do PG.
Yeah.
Maybe a little R.
Yeah.
Go some R.
Yeah. First of all, me and Glenn reserve the right to decline answering some out there questions that are but we'll answer just about anything.
We will.
At least I will, anyway. So I got nothing to hide. Anyways, so we got 64 episodes. We peaked out a few episodes during the giveaways and all that stuff. We were like at 200 people.
Yep.
That's like a small mob outside
It just
your house
shows
kind
you
of
can
thing,
buy people's views. That's just what
Yeah,
it means.
that's
You can
right.
buy people's views.
People only come here for the free crap. Shame on you guys.
Actually, we landed on the moon in '69, so we're not quite there yet. '69.
There
Although
you go.
maybe I have to look. Maybe we had a lander. I don't know if we did a lander, like a probe.
Everybody likes the number 69. So
That's a great number.
it's
That's what year I was
it's a
born,
great.
man. That's all that matters. Great year.
Yeah, I was a year after. And
Child.
no, Sean, you're not better looking than me. That's my cousin Sean in the chat. That's better looking. It's like, no. So I got a little French going on. So I think I beat you a little bit.
So I only found out about Beetlejuice 2. I think last night I saw something post about Beetlejuice 2.
Yeah.
I hope it's good. Again, it's so long after the first one. It's like, but we'll see. I hold my reservations. If they actually
I'm getting
do a good
tired
story,
of people touching old crap. Not crap, but good movies.
well, you better tell that to your wife.
Is that my cousin texting me? No, my buddy Tony. All right, sorry. I thought my cousin from the chat was actually private messaging me about stuff. So, but yeah, I mean, it's hit and miss with this stuff that they go picking in the past, and then they either do a sequel or a reboot, and reboots tend not to be, whatever. But go ahead and ask us your questions.
Well, here's one from Goofyfoot already. Glenn, I hope you've already got Sabo set up to produce deck for the iRK control panel. I have reached out. He's a very busy guy, but I can say I know that Arcade Workshop. I'm sorry, Arcade Workshop. He was for me. Arcade Graphics. Arcade Graphics has already been working on a bunch of different artwork. Of course, his is just vinyl, where Joe does do the acrylic. So that's if you really want that type of look, I'm sure Joe will still come through for us. But I haven't actually gotten anything back from Joe yet. But he's very busy. He's a busy guy. But thanks for the question. Gooffoot, always glad to see you here. Glenn, when you get the screen, be sure to hit the C button. Ooh, Mr. Me. What am I drinking tonight? I haven't eaten much today, but what am I drinking? Mystery Encoder. Glenn, when you hit the screen, be sure to hit the C button. I will do that, Mr. Mystery Encoder. So, Mystery Encoder, I feel kind of bad for him. He's been trying to really do a lot of good things here, and today in the iRarcade fan group, he's getting picked apart by like one guy, and it's just like, dude, relax. The guy's doing this in his spare time. We have a custom arcades making a custom board here to help out the community. People need to chill. Now, yes, some people got some early boards. We did pay for them. Kongs didn't, but Kongs has given enough to those guys, and Kong's actually here in the group here. So Kongs, how you doing, bud? Kongs has been working very close with Mr. Encoder for a while, helping with boards and stuff. It's not like favoritism. I mean, some people think that while he's sitting on these boards. We do have influencers that are going to do tutorials. Myself, I need to make sure it works with my control deck. So more boards will be coming soon. And to be quite honest, the boards we got are an early version of the Mystery Encoder board, or Mystery Team, I should say, board. And there's going to be some modifications to it already, to make it a little more inexpensive, to make it easier to produce. So we have here is like a beta. So everyone will have a chance to get one. Just please lay off on Mystery Encoder and his team and a custom.
Be patient.
Arcades.
That's all it is. Be patient.
We're excited too, but we want to make sure we can do content for you guys. Make sure everything is working okay.
You don't want to put that out there and then you get all the flack because people were impatient. So, no, don't work like that.
We got. I got to tell you,
Preston's run, by the way. He's asking still about World of Warcraft, the Warcraft movie.
I know he's going to kill me. He's going to kill me. I have not had a chance to see it yet, but I do want to give my sympathy to Kongs and Russ. He did do the sacrificial reboot on his Legacy iRarcade, and he did some Metal Slug on it and one other game, but everything else got snuffed out. But hopefully, I don't know, Kongs, did you try and reconnect to the servers and try and re-download your games, and did it work? I'd like to know if that actually worked for you today. And as far as this, it's still on my to-do list. I come home, I'm doing all these testing, all these products. I'm I'm having a lot of conversations with a lot of people. There's other shows coming up. I'm trying to get out to the Long Island Gaming Expo, the Hartford Gaming Expo, Cincinnati Gaming Expo. All these shows are coming up, man, and I'm just trying to wrap my head around all of them as well. Yeah, yeah. That's why I'm not going to press that button, because Congress does know what that C button does, and I'm not pressing that button.
Delete all.
Pretty
Format
much.
C.
Pretty much. So here, Steven is asking about the rotary stick. So the Giros Super Stick is actually all really ready to go. I'm waiting for a final approval, but I can't talk about by who yet. When I actually release it, you'll understand why I can't say anything right now. So the Super Stick that'll play Akari Warriors, Frontline, Heavy Barrel, Midnight Resistance, it's going to be really special, but I can't go more details just yet. I'm waiting for my team to say, we got the green light, and then I can tell you why. So ETA is so close, not prime, but the ETA is close, but I am waiting on one individual to give me a thumbs up on that.
Seems like patience to me.
It does. And
it's all about patience, guys.
And here's a big thing. Definitely Mystery Encoder, and a custom arcades. Big thank you to you and the team, because again, what I'm doing, I'm going down one path, and he's going down a different path. Both are going to bring a lot of great things to the arcade, but we're doing it in two totally different ways. If you want to keep your machine completely stock and be able to use the main board on there to its fullest capacity and be able to back it up, your stuff, you need the Team Encoder board. Mine will not do that. If you want to have a greater game experience, trackballs, spinners, gate switchers, future USB controllers being attached, and the ability to go to a more powerful, or I would say around about the same powerful machine, but have RetroPie, Batacera, other emulators on there. That's kind of my path that we're doing. So we're both kind of doing the same thing to help everyone out. And I know for a fact that Mystery Encoder and his team are not making a dime. And if you see the price I'm selling my stuff for, I'm not making a dime, which is why I'm still sitting here with my basement with all holes in the walls.
Didn't the company just declare bankruptcy like a few weeks ago?
Oh, well, thank you for bringing it up too. So yesterday,
no, but what I'm saying is, be patient, guys.
Yes,
it went bankrupt a few weeks ago.
It did.
Like, give it,
So yesterday on Game Time, I know that Stephen Haywood had mentioned that he read on Reddit that iArcade has a buyer. And first of all, hello to Florida. Mary's in Florida. I hope you guys survived your fun day today down at the Busch Gardens, I think they were going to. But I spoke to John.
I thought you were going to see a hurricane or something.
No, but I spoke to John today, and iArcade has not yet been acquired. It's still up for grabs, basically. There are people looking at it. There are people who are interested in purchasing the servers and everything else. But what was said yesterday on Game Time, Stephen Haywood, he just read what was on Reddit. I'm just correcting that. They have not been purchased. They have not been sold off yet.
Well, they can't talk about the deals, even if there's some going on.
Well,
right now.
They simply said that they still said that people are looking at it, but it has not been sold off.
An official,
correct,
serious purchase. It's probably just tire kickers at this point.
Exactly. Again, when you're looking to acquire something like this type of system that does have a user base of about 6,500 people, plus or minus a little bit, you do have a pretty good user base. But you got to remember, iArcade had this model and it didn't work for them. They probably were not selling enough games, or they spent too much money making the PCBs, which I think might have been part of the case there. I mean, it's a beautiful PCB, but it's in a case that's locked down. You can't even see what's inside it unless you ruin your warranty. So I think they spent the money a little bit in the wrong areas. But again, I'm not a businessman myself, which is obvious because my price is so stupidly low. But the simple thing is that it has not been sold off yet. Oh, it looks like
it'll come.
Kongs was trying to download his preload games, but it didn't look like he completed it. So hopefully that gets resolved. I hope so. What else, Stephen? Anything in the chat?
Nobody's really asked it. I've been keeping an eye on the chat. Nobody's asking us anything.
Congrats to P-Dubs. He got a nooner today. Congratulations to P-Dubs and the missus. Nooners are always a pleasure. So congrats, P-Dubs.
I don't know what a nooner is.
What? Well, let's put it this way: you're married, right?
Yes.
Noontime. Enough said.
A quickie at noon. Is
That's
that what
pretty.
it is? I don't know.
You're so young. That 1 year makes a big difference, Stephen. What do we got in here?
We're so pure.
So Mr. Encoder is saying that he doesn't even have his board yet. So Mr. Encoder, I got it. Kong's got it. Everyone else got the boards, but even Mr. Encoder has not received his yet. So he has not had a chance to wipe out all his software with the C button. So he'll have a chance to do that later. But he can restore it, so he's okay. And we have Bobby Vu to die for here today. Clean like a mudder. Bobby Vu, glad to see you here, buddy. And we have Mike Hawkhurst. Let's say, hi, Glenn. What days will be in long? Oh, so I'm talking to those guys right now. I'll probably be down Saturday. I'm definitely going to be there. I'm absolutely going to be there on Saturday at the Long Island Gaming Expo. I've been talking to them because I was I can't believe half the year's gone already. So I never actually reached out to them to get a booth and to get myself put on the agenda there. So I may just be walking around. But I am shooting for at least a Saturday, maybe Saturday, Sunday, but definitely the Saturday.
So you're going to that show?
Of course. I got to go to first of all, the Long Island Gaming Expo. A few people
it's not that far from where you're at,
It's not far. It's about an hour and a half. But if you can get there, it's also the cradle of aviation museum. So
that's cool.
It's fantastic. If you like space or planes, aviation, that's primarily what it is. And if you have little kids, right next door, they have a little firehouse with fire trucks. It's like all these different, I guess, a fireman's museum or something like that. So it's a nice place. But I will say, there's a pothole the size of the Grand Canyon right around. So be careful. My car, I went in it, and I practically launched in the air from that. But
a trend fanatic. I don't know what that. I guess that's he made a comment about my Def Leppard shirt. I'm a big Def Leppard fan, but my shirt is generic. It just has the words Def Leppard on it.
Gonna pour some sugar on yourself at noon tomorrow?
Yeah, sure. Go to a strip joint. That's the stripper song. Pour some sugar on it.
It is. Yes, it is.
That's the. So my favorite album has to be Pyromania. So and then Hysteria. So, what's your favorite band, Glenn, or do you not listen to music?
No, that's one of those hard questions. I mean, how do you really pick one? I will say when I was in the 80s, I was very into Nancy Wilson from Heart. She had the hair out to here. She can kick a leg.
One.
She kick a leg up to here. So that was my favorite band because
Glenn lost it right there.
I did. But back then there was so many. There was so many bands. How do you really pick one? But if I was forced, I love AC/DC. Like I can listen to AC/DC.
AC/DC's awesome
all the time.
I'm a Def Leppard fan. High and Dry, yes, Nooner. High and Dry is a good album too. It's I heard Pyromania for the first time as a kid, and the song was "Foolin'." My brain exploded basically. so that's when I have all their albums. I basically have every single one of their albums purchased, CDs, the whole 9 yards. So it's pretty cool. And then
Bill,
Iron Maiden.
Yes, Bill. We need to work. We need to talk. So we make sure we go out there. And actually, Glenn Baisley will be joining us this year as well. He missed going up with us last year. So yeah, Bill's retro gaming show.
Run, AC/DC, Motley Crue, Van Halen, Iron Maiden. I've got it's I've got a couple of their albums. Which one did I have? I think it's Seventh Son of the Seventh Son is the album I had. I don't have it anymore, but yes, Nooner Rat. So we got some hair bands, 80s metal hair band, fans in here.
Yeah, well, there's no hair.
And we're talking about arcades too. Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah.
See, here we go. Here we go. Here. Oh, Barracuda. Dun 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 dun.
Oh yeah.
Dun. Absolutely. Yep. That's that going. A little Iron Maiden. Hell's yes. Get some Iron Maiden going on.
So basically, Bill's Retro Gaming Show. I got great taste in music.
Well, here's a question, Steve.
And then
here's a question. Read this one. Why not?
Let's see. I have your thoughts with digital gaming with modern gaming when the disc is literally just DRM with most. Yeah.
I can tell you we both.
You know what? I don't collect anything past the Xbox 360 in physical form anymore. At all. I'll get it digitally, and if Microsoft unplugs everything, I'm screwed, and so is a bunch of other people. So I do like physical copies. The problem with physical copies is it take up so much space. That's the only downer about it. Like,
But
let's
it's
face it, dude,
yours.
when you've got
But it's yours.
yes, I agree 100%, but I would prefer getting an EverDrive and instead of 6,000 cartridges. That, don't get me wrong, it's cool to you know what, there's something, and I'm sure the whole chat will agree with me, and you also, Glenn, is that nothing is going to replace taking a cartridge in your hand, slapping it in there, turning it on, and it's instantly on, instantly loaded. Nothing
Well, that's
replacing
the
that.
funny thing.
You know,
As you mentioned that. First of all, I hate DRM. Like, I don't buy any really
I
machines
hate
that
it too,
do it.
but
Um,
sometimes I have a choice, right? If you want to
but
play the game, you
even with
want
a
to play it.
flash cartridge, I have the Atari 2600 flash cartridge, 5200, ColecoVision.
The
Even though I
Harmony,
have that, it's still a different experience. And like you said,
it
pulling out Donkey Kong and putting in Zaxxon versus just going in the menu and picking it. There is
Yep.
something very tangible. It's just like with paper. People can write on tablets. You have the e-ink, write on those tablets. But there's something about a real book and turning pages. That's the difference.
Yeah, Pliskin's Run, Casey and the Sunshine Band. Baby, give it up, give it up. Sorry. I'm not much of a singer, but I'm not a big Casey and the Sunshine Band, but they're good. Black Sabbath. Oh, is he at his best? Eating birds and bats on stage. Gotta love it.
Oh,
what else do we got?
To
here?
Die For is all set to go, man. When To Die For gets his mindset on something, he's involved. Let's just say that.
Well, yeah, he's got emojis out the yin yang there. So the smell of a bookstore, yes, absolutely. Rush, yeah, that's. I'm introducing a friend of mine. His name's Tony. He knows Canadian music, but he doesn't know certain Canadian bands and stuff like that that were big in the 90s and 80s. And I'm sure he's heard half of this music, but he doesn't know who they are. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, hey, everybody knows who Bryan Adams is. Everybody knows who Celine Dion and Shania Twain is, but there's some bands that it's, oh, really? That was a Canadian person or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, so it's pretty cool. Tool over both. I don't know. Rush is a good shot. Yes, I saw Rush a couple times there. Nothing beats.
And Journey. Journey is not like heavy metal like that, but Journey had some good songs in there.
Yeah. And like I said, Rush is Geddy Lee, man. Nothing to hate about.
This is how you know people are young. Mystery Encoder.
Didn't know David Ellis was a real thing.
That's where you know that they're youngins. He's a young man, but a smart one.
So Mystery Encoder didn't know that legitimate. I think he's kidding, but
no, he was dead serious. He's dead serious.
Oh yeah. What was the one that I saw as a kid accidentally in the videotape section? Was Dallas? Debbie Does Dallas or something?
What's this here? Mike Hawk-Kurtz. Glenn, I want to take one of the Evercade hyper handhelds and put it in the shelf of Build-A-Cade. That'd be a nice, fun little project. I mean, I used to do that. They used to be called Game Princes. They were the small little like $12 NES on a chip. It had like a 2-inch screen. And that's what I used to do originally. I would take that out and I would mod it and put it into these small little arcade machines. I forgot who even made them. But do it. Definitely give it a shot. That's the fun part of modding.
I see Evercades all over the place, and they're cartridges, right, with a bunch of games on it, isn't it?
Correct. It's basically still like an Android device, but the games are on little cartridges, so you have that feeling of retro handheld and stuff like that.
Yeah. I'm just going through. Sammy Hagar. I'm actually looking for the VOA album, and I can't find it. I'm looking for that, and it's almost like the song "Can't Drive 55."
Oh yeah.
That's such a good song. I didn't mind him as part of Van Halen. Like
he was
some people hated it.
Nah, he was alright.
Him and David Lee Roth to me were Van Halen. Everybody else, the guy from Extreme and whoever else came after that, not so good. But it's and BA. Why do they call her Lassie? Got to watch Porky's to figure that one out. And that actress, I saw an interview with her just recently. She says they thought that would ruin her career, and that's because she went to Sex and the City.
Yep.
And she became
Worked out.
famous because of that. It totally worked out.
So Greaser One,
So-
we blew past 500. We're over 600. And since you asked the question, so we're going to continue taking pre-orders to the end of this month. So at the end of this month, we're going to stop taking pre-orders, and we will build an additional 10%. So just throw a number out there, 600. We hit 600, and that's what we hit by the end of the month. We'll make an additional 60, and that'll be it for the control deck. Now, it doesn't mean we'll have one of other runs in the future, but we'll have to really start weighing interest. But we're going to be doing it till the end of the month, and then we will be closing out the pre-orders on that. Now, Steven, you said you saw Beast Wars. What did you think about
it? Beast Wars. You know what? The CGI of the animals was amazing. I thought it was really well done, especially with the bird with its beak doing this weird mechanical thing, and I thought that was awesome. The problem is the damn story. It's the same stories with these movies, and you told me before the show that it's the same for the cartoons and all that stuff. They got to go find this thing. They're going to get stopped by the bad guys. They got to put this thing together to save the world. Blah 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 blah. They can't come up with a different story. It seems but the action, the transforming of everything, and Mirage, that whole
and
thing.
Optimus
really
looked
cool.
more like Optimus, right? He was like a
flat nose semi truck. Yeah, instead of the big,
come on.
Yeah, the big Freightliner looking. But yeah, that's exactly it. That's the only thing. And yes, I think last week we touched on it fast. As I did see Guardians Volume 3 finally.
And what did you think of that?
I liked it.
Good, I did too.
I
think it was a good end to the trilogy.
Yes, it's kind of like they broke up the band. If I don't want to spoil too much, I guess, but basically
it's on Disney Plus now, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah. No, it's available for digital purchase.
Okay.
And basically, yeah. So, and you're like, okay, this is great. You know what I mean? This is good. So it's I liked it a lot. I'm a big fan of Guardians. That whole it's kind of a weird, cheesy, because I think as far as the comic books, it was a strange comic book.
Yes.
They didn't sell 1,000 of these things.
Right.
But it makes a great movie. You know what I mean? It makes.
I was always a Rocket fan. I was so.
I like them all. I like how.
I do.
Buddy, there, the big guy's so stupid. He throws the ball right on that kid's head, and he starts laughing, and you know what I mean? Like he's just this big dumb guy, you know, and it's cool. You know what I mean? So I like it. I like it a lot.
Good.
Right?
I thought it was good too. But outside of that, there's really nothing I can see in the theater right now that I'd be remotely interested in. They got to do. We talked about last week. They got to do a Thundar the Barbarian. That I'm in for right now.
Well,
just
I'll tell you what's the big fuss at the movies right now is a movie called something about freedom. Hold on here.
America, fuck yeah. America, fuck yeah.
No.
Oh no.
Hold on, I'll get you the movie here. Sound of Freedom. And it's about this will get serious a little bit here. It's about child trafficking, and it's the guy who played the Passion of Christ, the actor who played Jesus in the Passion of Christ. He was in the movie, the TV show, the TV series. Oh, I forget what it was, but anyways, he's a good actor and everything. And this is about child trafficking. Apparently,
so what happens?
They're making money like crazy.
There's a bunch of kids on the road, and there's like traffic jams of kids.
Yeah, no.
Huh?
You know what I'm talking about. Anyways, that's too serious for Glenn. Let's move on. Indiana Jones, I haven't seen it yet. You said you saw snippets or whatever, and you try to muscle through it.
You know what? I'm going to say this. It's not as bad as I heard on Doomcock and.
Oh, those guys are negative Nancy's, man.
Well, they are. They are. I love a Critical Drinker too. It wasn't that bad. I'm actually going to say it was better than.
People all said Kathleen Kennedy was fired this week, and she really isn't.
She's not. I said.
That's what I mean. These guys came out like
And I said, I don't see a body yet. Until I see a body, she's not fired. And she's not fired.
Yeah.
But I
And
will say,
I texted you about it,
you did.
and you're like, I don't, and I'm like, yes, I know nobody really,
No. But
has a
I'm going to
body
put
or
it
anything.
above Kingdom of the Crystal Skulls, and that's pretty sad. Overall, I
Oh.
think it was a better film than Crystal Skulls. Crystal Skulls, the first like 40 minutes was actually pretty good, and then once the monkeys and that CGI, it just went down the stupid bandwagon right there. So
Well, that's the
basically, I'll
thing,
tell you
right?
this right now too. I was in a big Superman viewing. I watched Christopher Reeve Superman 1, Christopher Reeve Superman 2. I love those films. But I
Yeah,
never really watched
great
3 and
movies.
4, and I kind of knew why I didn't. I knew they weren't very good.
Well, Richard Pryor
I
was
put
in the
in
third
Richard
one.
Pryor 3. I put it on, and I wanted literally to just gouge out my eyes, pull my eardrums out. It was horrible. It makes my movie, The Toxic Avenger 2 and 3, look like Star Wars Episode 4, New Hope. I mean, it was that
good,
bad.
huh?
That bad.
Good.
So I didn't even bother going Superman 4. I'm like, I can't. I mean, I don't know.
Superman 4 is bad. Superman 3 wasn't terrible.
Oh, no.
But Superman 4 was really
now I gotta
bad.
watch. Now I
Holy
gotta watch
crap.
4. Now we're gonna have to talk about this.
Oh, dude, you're gonna put a gun barrel to your mouth.
3
Forget it.
was
No way.
really bad. Really bad.
4 was really bad. Like, what is it? The Quest for Peace or something like that, where he gets rid of the nukes or something.
Yes.
I watched it. It's just, no, not
the toy.
a fan.
See the toy. See, there's some pictures with Richard Pryor that I loved. The toy was funny. He did with Gene Wilder. Like Hear No Evil, See No Evil. That was
crazy.
Stir Crazy.
What was it?
Stir Crazy.
Stir Crazy.
Great
That's
movies.
what it was called. Yeah, with the birds.
Yeah.
Gene Wilder, he didn't age well.
No.
Like you see him in the 90s, it's like he looks like an old man.
Well, Bill's agreeing with you. Superman 4 is even worse. I don't. Okay.
Superman 4 is really bad.
Now I got to do it.
Really,
now I
really bad.
I have to do this now because I'm saying that
even Christopher Reeve didn't want to do it. Apparently,
he didn't want to. He didn't want to do 2. He's like, I don't want to do 2. It's not gonna be a good script, and yet he did 3. And if you tell me 4 is even worse, oh my God.
The paycheck was good, probably. So whatever. Can't blame the guy for. Hey, we'll give you $1 million to do really bad. Well, sure, I'll do a bad movie.
Hobby Hand saying 4 was twice as bad as 3. How is that possible? I couldn't
4
bear
is
it.
really bad.
I couldn't bear it.
You know what? If I were to say it, and the guys, you can agree with me in the chat. Superman 4 was woke before woke was a thing.
Really?
Yes. You guys agree with me in the chat that Superman 4 is so woke, it's so tree hugging.
Oh my God. I really cannot fathom something was worse than Superman 3. I'm scared.
3 was nothing in comparison.
And I agree here.
4
Superman,
like, oh my
Superman
God.
2, Superman 2, where'd it go? It's going by so quick.
It was anti-nuclear war and all that stuff, and it was just like, oh my God, it was bad.
Now, fun fact.
What about the movie Big?
Before we go off that, fun fact. Superman 2 and Superman 1 were supposed to be one film. It was just supposed to be one film. It had so much stuff. They broke up into 2 separate films. It was really supposed to be the opening sequence with them. They were supposed to come in like the second act of the original film. But I'm glad they did break it up because I love both films where they
went along. Yeah. What about Big with Tom Hanks?
Big was good. They filmed some of that right down here in Rye, Playland.
Did they? Yeah.
Yeah. Zohar.
That's cool. That was a good movie in my opinion. I think that whole movie is awesome.
I agree. It was good.
You know what? If you want to watch a really funny movie, and I just watched it again with my kids, and you're going to wonder, why did I watch that with my kids? The movie is called Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse. It is hilarious. It is funny as hell. And watch it. It came out in 2015, and watch it. It's called The Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse. Watch it. It is funny as hell. I was howling the entire movie.
The thing, Mr. Carter, we do everything here. We do retro gaming, but we talk about far beyond that. We can't talk about gaming every single week. So we try and pick up different topics, but you are absolutely...
It's called Kickin' It Old Skool.
Yes, you absolutely do meet the requirements. If you've actually watched TV, if you
have diapers an opinion, or what the hell?
If you have an opinion, that's what you're here. You're totally qualified for the stream.
He's not in diapers. What's he talking about?
Here's a question
hell?
too. So remember, this is a Q&A show, and that's when people are asking questions. But Dusty72 is asking, any updates on the gun tonight? Yes, there are some updates on the gun.
The GRS boomstick, man.
The boomstick,
That's what
yes,
you
the
should call it.
Yes. So again, it's all done. It's all done. The issue we're having right now is customs in China, because we have to import the electronics from England, because that's where Sinden comes from. Eventually, we are going to, I hope, manufacture, improve the technology, and do it all at our studios in China. But right now, we have to import it. So by importing it, we could be facing large amount of duties and taxes and gifts and all these other things. So you have to fill out all this paperwork to give to the government. Let the government know, yes, we are importing this stuff, but it's because we have to build something to export. So we're just waiting for that paperwork to come back, and then we'll be issuing them. So that's the whole. So I have an announcement on the IRK. I'm sorry, the Akari Warrior stick that I can't mention yet, but it'll be soon. And the holdup is paperwork in China. Otherwise, they would charge us so much. All the savings we're passing on to you would not only be gone, but we'd probably cost too much to where we wouldn't even be able to sell any, because that's how much China would ding us for it if we don't go through this proper paperwork. A lot of people agreeing you still with Superman, although Jason M kind of said that 4 was not as bad as 3, but everyone else seems to be saying the opposite.
No. 4 is terrible.
Oh, this part right here. This part right here. Oh my God. So Superman is fighting himself as Clark Kent, right? And Clark Kent wins.
He's all drunk in the bar there.
Yeah, but Clark Kent wins by choking Superman this way. So he's facing the camera and he's choking. You can't choke someone back here.
Because
this is how you choke them. So he's you can't do that.
You're showing your dark side, Glenn, a little bit. I'm kind of worried. This is not how you choke somebody. It's like this, okay? Well, make sure you bury the body in the backyard somewhere.
It's even in Bugs Bunny when you get choked. The head's going, nah. You choke from here. You can't choke from back here. It's just you can't do it. Come on, Bill. Come on.
But they had to hide the double, the stunt double, right? But he's super strong. Yeah, he could snap the spinal cord.
Yeah, but he's not super strong against himself. They're both super strong. So that's like a diamond can't cut a diamond.
Yeah. Are you watching the Secret Invasion series on?
No. I would have started
good.
I would have started watching yesterday, but tomorrow I have to work all day. I have to be in the office all day.
It's good. Watch it.
And then on Tuesday, I have to be at work at 4 a.m. and work throughout the day. So I've been kind of tied up and still trying to do my testing. A lot of meetings, talking with New Wave Toys and talking with a few other people. It's just been busy, very busy.
Cool. So we got Apkus. He says Strange Brew. Yeah, Strange Brew is cool.
I haven't seen that in forever. Strange Brew. I haven't seen that in a really long time. It's been on HBO all the time. Yeah, I can almost go for a Vulcan nerve pinch. I can almost go for that, but that's on the shoulder. That'd be like here. He was doing it like this, and he choked him out. I just can't.
Number 4 is worse, and let me know how you. Let us know, I should say, Glenn. For all this stuff, but it's like, good God, So it's
that maybe he did that. Maybe he did. Maybe it was a super fart from Superman.
Yeah, I guess.
I guess that could definitely do it. But I will say that I did more testing today with the mystery team encoder board, and so far, from my perspective, with my board in there, it seems to be working actually great. So I think we are good with Team Encoder's board. So if anyone was worried about that, again, I think for the price point that it's at, if you own an iArcade legacy cabinet, there's no reason for you not to buy that board and put it in your machine. It's going to be able to do too many good things to your machine, most of all backing it up. I mean, Kong's saw the bad thing with that C button. But if it was backed up, it'd be less of a headache. So you know what I'm going to do after this show? I do have to get to work early tomorrow, but I'm going to put on Superman 4 now. Now you all have perked my interest. I'm going to throw.
You got to watch Warcraft 4. There because
Warcraft is good. I thought. I want to torture myself tonight.
It is good.
I'm going to work tomorrow, so I want to.
You're
make
a sucker
myself
for
even more
punishment,
sad.
right?
Yes. Yes.
All
And
right.
today I caught my 32nd groundhog, and this guy was the size of a cow. Even in the
In
cage,
your backyard, you're
in my
talking about
backyard,
here.
even in the cage, he managed to dig a hole trying to get to the metal down to the ground. He was digging all around it, but I got him. So I put nothing in my cages. I just put it
Did you
there.
give
The
him a
dumb guys
birthday
walked in.
cake or something,
No,
or did
nope,
you? So what
nope.
do? You drive him out, or
I
you
drive
just
him. I
hand
drive him
them
to all the
right
nice
down?
golf courses. Caddyshack. I take him to all the nice golf
Caddyshack
courses.
style, sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't like groundhogs either. Not so good.
Yeah, and again,
So
just a big kudos to Kongs. No, he's taking it on the chin really well. He When I do my mods behind the scenes, make sure everything's working, then I do a video. That's how most people do it. Kongs does it live. He don't care. He's 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 going live, and he's doing
trial
his
by
mod.
fire, huh?
Exactly, and we got some blue smoke yesterday, basically, with that C button. But
That's how you know you fix something if it's smokes,
yes,
puffs of smokes. They call that the magic smoke. You know, if
yes,
the magic
and
smoke doesn't come out of your science
I've
project,
I've done mods where I've had a huge capacitor like blow up real blue smoke, blow up right in my face. I'm talking like I'm this far above it, and it goes, I'm like, ah! And they're blown up in my
that
face.
could be bad because that has acid in there, man.
Yeah, I know.
You should wear. Do you wear glasses when you do that? No, probably
Nope.
not.
I was outside with my rotary zip tool, and I was cutting a piece of rebar. I'm like, I should probably have my eye protection on. I'm like, and I cut it, and of course the thing shattered, but it shattered off the other way.
The other way,
Yeah.
yeah, that's all you need is a sliver in your eye, dude, and you're kind
Well,
of fucked.
You're looking at a guy
Pardon
who
my English there, but
you're
you're
looking at a
screwed.
guy who
Sorry.
crazy glued his eyes shut for a $1 American flag. My son, 5-6 years ago, I forgot how long it was. It was a dollar store flag, and it was with sparkles. They kind of fell off. And I said, let's buy a new one. It's a dollar store. Goes, no, Dad, please fix this one. All right. So I probably should have used a glue stick, but I happened to pick up, picked up some crazy glue.
Crazy glue.
Just crazy glue. So I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I'm standing up, and it's like down here. I'm getting the camera. I'm pretty far away from it, but I'm squeezing. Sometimes it dries out. Squeezed, and then it exploded, hit the table, went right up, and got me right in the eye. I'm like, oh my God. So I read the label, and it says flush with water. Like, okay. So I go right, I flush it with water, and what does the water do? Solidifies it. So now I'm sitting there. My eyeball is glued to the inside of my eyelid. My eyelid is glued shut. So I'm like, I go in the shower. I'm taking tons of soap, and I'm scrubbing my eye for like 20 minutes, just
Your
trying
eyeball must have been red and puffy.
I was like, I could not get this open. It's like, black and blue, now red. So I got to the point, okay, maybe being a man, maybe if I cut off my eyelashes, maybe I get my eyelid open. So I go there and actually cut off all my eyelashes. Yeah, it didn't work. So now I'm in agony because like I said, my cornea is glued to my eyelid. My brother's like, we got to go to the hospital. So we go to the hospital. And they're like, what the hell happened to you?
The doctor probably laughed.
Of course they did. They're laughing.
Hey, Helen, come over here and see this.
So, they're laughing. I'm like, tell them the whole story. So they put a ton of bacitracin on it, but they notice all my eyelashes are gone. I'm like, what happened? I said, well, I showered for like 20 minutes. I did everything. I couldn't get it open. I thought maybe if I cut them off. She goes, they don't grow back, I'm like, what? This is a nurse. Yeah, the eyelashes don't grow back. But what do you mean eyelashes don't grow back? Of course they grow back. If you pull them out all the time, they fall all the time. Of course they grow back. Just being an ass. So they put bacitracin on it, a lot of bacitracin. It finally opened up.
That's like saying you'll go blind by playing with your junk too much, probably.
That's why I have bad eyesight, I thought. In any case, so I got lucky. I did scratch my cornea, but all around where I would actually see. So I got extremely lucky with that. Over a $1 American flag that I obviously did not fix. And I spent like days in the room looking like,
a pirate.
Pirate for a while. So yeah. So, but that's how we did it when we kicked it old school, man. We just did stupid stuff.
I've done my share of stupid stuff too. Yeah. That's all you need is
peanut butter work? Does peanut butter work getting rid of crazy glue? Interesting. I wonder if that would work.
You put peanut butter on everything.
Yeah, have glue lick off
everything.
Glue lick off the glue and then glue his mouth shut?
Yeah, that's the thing. So, come on, guys, ask us some more questions. something more left field there. None of this II arcade stuff. I think
Yeah,
we've
like
killed that with the
what's
dead horse there.
what's Steven's favorite? I don't know. What's your favorite meal, Steven? What do you go for when you like it? Me. It's pulled pork or ribs, man. I'm all over that. Boom.
Yeah, I would have to say ribs. That's my go-to chicken and ribs. I love that. I'm not a vegetable eater much. I would love to, but I'm a meat kind of person. Lasagna. What do we got here? What's yours, Glenn? What's your this? It's ribs
Ribs and
or
pulled pork, man. I will literally chew off someone's hand to get to a good pair of fall off the bones ribs. And there's a Mexican restaurant not too far from me that makes these Texas
beef or
style.
pork ribs?
As long as it falls off the bone, I could care less. It's meat. Meat.
I don't care what animal it is, damn it.
Meat. But this place down there, they make great margaritas. You go there and you get a big rack of these Texas ribs. You pull up the bone and it literally just goes like right off. Oh, it is so good.
Sold.
It is so
Sold.
And
Then
actually,
we got what lasagna lovers in here. We got
if anyone does go to the Hartford Gaming Expo, literally 5 feet up the road is a fantastic like dive, ribs and pulled pork. Just get a piece of paper and kind of just go on the paper, and that's eating on the paper.
That's the best kind to have it.
It is so good. They got the cornbread. Oh,
then you got your sauce all the way around your mouth.
I tell them, I say, just give me the sauce. Don't give me a Coke. Just put the sauce in a cup, and I will drink that. Actually, Console Kits was with me that time, and Bill from Bill's Retro Show was there, and we were just porking out on this.
Picking out.
Oh, it was so good.
No pun intended.
The Andy's Game Room goes for Italian food. You can't go wrong with Italian. Good like chicken parm, ravioli, or like a lobster ravioli. Oh, good stuff. Good stuff.
Me, it's just a pasta turns into sugar in my body, and having type 2 diabetes is not great.
Okay, we got P-Dubs. I gotta know, P-Dubs, what's your favorite food, P-Dubs? We gotta know. He's in the chat here. We have Jason M with the pasta, but P-Dubs give the thumbs up, which is awesome. But I need to know from P-Dubs, what's your favorite food right now? I want to know.
Your last meal. If you had to have a pizza?
Pizza. He goes for the pizza. But there's all kinds of pizza. Talking a plain pizza, pepperoni pizza,
maybe be
white
more
pizza?
Elaborate. Yeah, like
Did Jason M meal like this? The lobster ravioli right there. Boom. You know what's even better?
Had that actually.
You get pizza, lobster ravioli, and a team encoder board on the pizza. That's a meal, right there.
Then you're done.
Penny alla vodka.
Chicago deep dish. Okay, there you go. Last meal, 100%. Chicago deep dish pizza. Okay,
got it. Because I never actually had a Chicago one.
Fuck, all these people are making me hungry in the chat there.
My brother,
Alaskan king crab.
My brother made burritos the size of a small dog today, so I'm quite full.
You had dog?
It was a burrito the size of a dog.
We know. See, no, Fluffy. Yo, Fluffy have big juicy hind leg.
Yo, I can't do the Chef Boyardee stuff. I can't do it. I know some people love that stuff, but as an Italian, I just can't.
I can't eat that. I'm not even Italian, and I hate that stuff. Oh, that's terrible. Speaking of Alaskan snow crab, I've been on the boat for the deadliest catch. You
were on the boat?
I was on the boat. The boat. What the hell was it called? Not the Northlander. The
not the Ocean Gate. It wasn't the Ocean Gate, was it?
The Northwestern boat from the deadliest catch.
Okay, you actually were on that boat.
I went on the boat. It didn't go out to sea. It just was undocked, but I got a tour of it and everything else. And we had Alaskan snow crab, and it was all courtesy of Microsoft. It was pretty good. What's your go-to adult beverage? That's my cousin Sean. I don't have adult beverages.
You don't have one? Okay, so
no.
Mine, there's two.
I don't drink much, so
unfortunately, I'm not maybe a little bit more than you then. Long Island iced tea, number one.
Isn't that a woman's drink? I don't.
Long Island iced tea? No, it's a man's drink, man. One of those you're being carried out, and after that, a good margarita, which is what I'm drinking right now. Some margarita.
What's it
Good
got
stuff.
here? Nooner. Let's see. What's FV stand for? Northwestern from my hotel.
FV. I don't know what FV is. I don't know.
He'll type it out in a second, probably. So it's well, they were docked in Seattle, Washington when I was there. They were docked there, and I think it was off season or whatever.
It's rabbit season. Duck season.
Yeah.
Rabbit season.
I don't know.
Duck season.
Some kind of season. He hasn't had beer in 3 weeks. I haven't had beer since Christmas. So I'm not a big beer drinker. So favorite adult drink. I thought he was talking porn or something, but no. That's where my mind goes.
Hobby Hands likes the chef. He likes the chef.
Chef Boyardee.
Yeah, if it was on a deserted island, a fishing vessel, FV fishing vessel. I just can't do chef.
If there was nothing else, oh sure,
Duck
if
season.
there was nothing else, fine. Wabbit season.
Duck season.
Chef Boyardee. Sorry, I can't stand. Just the thought of it makes me sick. I can't do it. There's none of it in my house.
I will say that like the meat ravioli, it's al dente. There's some feeling to it, but the sauce is just I can't.
Yeah, no, it's crap in my opinion, but that's just me. SpaghettiOs.
Oh, now look at this. We got some. Nuna goes for the spam. Where is it? Spam.
Spam. My favorite adult drink is Tracy Lords.
Is that it?
Is there a drink called that?
I don't know.
About the actress, or
I don't know.
I'm a slow Canadian guy. Remember?
I thought they were joking. I forgot they do make. There is a Chef Boyardee pizza. I think you make it yourself. It's like you get all the stuff for it. You have to actually make it.
It's like Back to the Future too. You just put in that hydrator thing and bing, full size pizza.
I can't, man. I just
Blue
can't,
ribbon. I can't.
Yeah, you can't.
It's almost like changing a diaper.
Yeah,
and you're like, it wants to come up, and you're like, ooh.
Oh my God. I'm hoping after this I can tolerate Superman 4 because that is what I'm going to put on.
Oh, dude, you're in for a hell of a ride. It's.
I just remember the guy having hands that got long, just really long. He's like, "Arr!" and he's like sparkling or whatever.
Dude, I avoid that movie altogether. It's terrible. It gets bad. It's nothing but bad. So yeah. But what else we got here?
Here's a good one from Sean. Sean's got a question.
What's your guilty pleasure food-wise that you crave?
Oh, that's a good one.
You know what? Me having type 2 diabetes, I crave certain candy that I'm like, I shouldn't be eating it. Like it's those little sour, they're like sour, I don't know what they're called. They're
Sour
made by
Patch Kids?
Maynard.
Is that like a gummy?
Yeah. Those things, yeah. And I could just feel my pancreas yelling at me when I'm eating the damn things.
Well, you're really gonna hate me because mine is you undercook a brownie. You make homemade brownies, you undercook it a little bit to really moist. And then you put chocolate syrup on it, and you put on some caramel, a lot of caramel. And then you heat that up and almost make it like one of those molten cakes. Then you put on the vanilla ice cream, and you top that with more caramel, crushed Oreos, and whipped cream on top. That's the guilty pleasure one. And Steven just died of a stroke.
Yeah, I'm like, holy crap. You know what was interesting is when I first met my wife, they're French Canadian, so they have a lot of French Canadian food, and that's what they did. The old man had a piece of chocolate cake, then he would put like it's in French they call it sucre à crème, but it's kind of like a sugar cream sauce kind of thing.
Sugar cream?
Yeah, so it's like it's almost like, do you ever have that stuff called Eagle Brand? It's like a milk, but it tastes very sugary or whatever. Anyways, it's nuts, man. It's pure sugar out the wazoo, and I would look at him going, "Wow, you're gonna die."
Like the Carbon Center. Actually, I get energized from it. I'm actually surprised. I'm really surprised.
I fall asleep if I would have ate what Glenn described
I'm
there.
actually I'm not a diabetic. I am not. I mean, I'm like a hummingbird.
You're in denial.
No, I just had my checkup. I have my blood pressure up a little bit, but I can't imagine why that would be. But I have a kid now, 18 years old, telling me everything. He knows everything in the world. I know nothing. Doctors yelling at
You're
me
an
because doctors
asshole.
know everything, and staff members know
Yeah.
everything. Get yelled at all day long. But I eat like I have a Coke for breakfast. I have a Coke for lunch. I'm trying to cut down the Coke. It's a Coke you drink, not the Coke you snort. I have Oreos. But I'm not a diabetic, so I guess in that respect, I'm lucky.
You burn it off somehow.
I guess. I guess I'm very, very lucky with that when that comes to be, because
High
I know I should
metabolism
be.
or whatever. That's funny. What do we got here? 10 million.
Oh, I must have asked about was it Mike Harhurst? If you can go back and see what his question was.
Pixie sticks? Is that the straws that is
With
like
pure
pure sugar?
Yeah, it's just sugar, color or flavored sugar. Yes.
Wow.
Yep. Strawberry Quick. That was my brother and I were talking about that today. We remember Tang, Strawberry Quick.
Tang is the worst. It's pure sugar with a little orange in it, and
It tasted metallic, though. We both agreed it tasted very metallic. Tang.
but people drank it like there was no tomorrow.
Because the astronauts drank it. So why wouldn't you drink it? It's good enough for the astronauts. It's good enough for you.
They made you feel patriotic somehow by drinking this stuff.
I tell you, Mountain Dew is a guilty pleasure. Regular Mountain Dew, cherry Mountain Dew, and then they have all these different grape flavors. That's burning a hole in my stomach, but they are delicious. So I will give you that.
I don't drink much Mountain Dew. I like it. I find it too sugary for my body. It's because when I this is a funny story. When I had to get tested for other things before a pre-op, the operation that you don't have children anymore. Well, they told me, hey, come on in. Well, they gave me they saw my blood sugar was super high, so they tested me for diabetes. They gave me this orange soda looking thing. I swear to God, when I drank that, the room was freaking spinning. I had to like put my foot on the ground and hold on to the armrest on the chair, and I was like, "What the hell did you guys give me? Oh, this is very high concentrated soda of orange soda, and I don't even like orange soda to begin with." So it's like, ugh.
Sean is right. Tang was like the orange drink. I don't think they have the orange drink anymore at McDonald's. But I remember the orange drink.
I think they have it in
McDonald's.
Canada still, I think, but maybe it's gone now. I don't know. But yeah, it's up there with that.
I see. I don't
like cherry Coke.
Quick. I don't see Quick in the metal cans anymore. It's always now in these plastic ones, and cherry Coke is
the
good.
plastic syrup stuff.
Yeah,
I like cherry Coke. It's I get Coke Zero cherry Coke now.
Although
Diet
the
Dr.
aspartame now they just announced, like we didn't know this, aspartame that's in that it can cause cancer.
So. Oh, I don't drink that much sodas, anyways. Like, I'll treat myself to a sugar-free soda like once a month, if that.
Right.
If you drink tons of it, I imagine. High C cola. Ugh. Coke Ultimate tonight at the dollar store.
Glenn, did you
What's
ever
Coke
have
Ultimate?
Cherokee red soda? No, never even heard of it.
Yeah,
what
I've
was the
never
one
heard
you
of
were
that
reading,
either.
Stephen? It's going by so quick.
Where was it here? Sean, he just saw Coke Ultimate tonight at the dollar store.
I don't know, what is Coke Ultimate? Was there vitamins in it or something?
I have no idea.
I do remember for a short time.
Makes your pee a little better. I don't know.
I do remember Coke for a short time was doing vitamins in it and making it a breakfast drink. I remember that. I'm like, I was drinking. Yeah, I drank Coke. I drink Coke for breakfast anyway, but they were pushing it as a healthy Coke with vitamins, and people, instead of having milk, you have a Coke. It was no joke. If you go on YouTube, so you can find the commercial.
I've never had that. Yeah, I've never seen that before.
Yep.
Wow. Anything to sell a drink, huh?
I was fine with the vitamins in there because I probably don't get my daily RC. RC. One uncle always had RC cola, and it was a poor man's Pepsi. I can't even put a poor man's Coke.
Poor man's cola Pepsi drink.
But a lot of people really do
Jolt
like RC.
Cola.
Jolt.
Cherry Coke,
I haven't seen Jolt in forever.
Pepper. I wish I can drink the regular Coca-Cola and regular Pepsi. I like both, actually. I'm not a Pepsi Coke kind of person.
Well, because Pepsi's swill. I'm going on the record saying that. If you drink Pepsi, it's swill.
It's swill?
Yeah, it is. Yes.
What's swill mean?
Swill means it's like, when you flush your toilet, it goes down to the septic system.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So if Mary
Okay.
Parker, if Mary Parker's still in here, that's her drink, and it's swill. Just let Mary know.
I like whatever cola is in the fridge as long as it doesn't have a ton of sugar in it. We're good. Mellow yellow.
See, Sean agrees with me.
That was on the Days of Thunder movie, wasn't it?
Yes,
The
Mellow Yellow
sponsor
is
or one of
Coke's
the-
version of Mountain Dew. 'Cause Mountain Dew is a Pepsi product, so Mellow Yellow is.
Is it really?
Yeah, Mellow Yellow is.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's it's just like everything else. If someone comes out with McDonald's comes out with the Big Mac, you got the Whopper, and when they came out with Mountain
They
Dew,
got
it was
an
Mellow
answer
Yellow.
to that, I guess. That's funny.
I will say, Mr.
But nobody's
Coda,
asked me. You know what?
real quick,
like,
Mr. Coda
nobody's
said
asked us a
Pepsi
question.
makes real sugar versions. You can get in supermarkets. You have to go to the international aisle, and you can get the Mexican Coke with real sugar in it, and they make a peach Coke. That's awesome. Just saying.
It's Canadian or the Mexican one has real sugar cane in it?
The Mexican one that comes up, yes. At least here in the
The one in
States.
Canada too. So if you get it or whatever. But you know what? Nobody's asked us anything personal or whatever. Like, does Glenn have 3 testicles or not, or anything? You know what I mean? Nobody's asked anything like that.
Why in the world are you
I'm
going
just
there?
asking.
Because they'll start asking that kind of question.
Well, I'm just saying. I don't know. People, we've got like 62 people in here, and we're talking about soft drinks. I mean, come on.
I haven't seen the candy cigarettes in
The
like
Popeyes,
45
isn't it?
years. I haven't seen
You know
it
what?
forever.
Do you remember the cigarette candy that came out, and it was like a piece of gum, I guess?
Yeah. Yep.
And it had a powder, and it had a wrap around it, and if you blew in the
See what you
thing,
did,
it looked like
Steven?
smoke coming out.
Now you read that because you started this.
I'm only kidding.
Well,
So,
if I
do you
have
remember that? It was
to
a piece of
estimate,
gum?
it's about 26 inches.
Yeah, okay. So you remember the cigarettes that had the powder, and if you blew in the cigarette, it would have like powder shooting out of the back, and then it had looked like smoke, like you were smoking a cigarette. You remember that?
Yes, I do. And
The-
now
the
here we
candy.
go. Here's a
It'd be
question.
nice to see.
Here's a question. You cannot beat the original, except Star Wars. I might go more towards Empire Strikes Back, but for anything else, it's always the original. You can't beat the original.
The OG.
The OG.
Do they? Here, let me ask you. Since we're talking about candy, well, not the porn, but the candy, is there stores that exist that have the retro candy?
Yes.
That's still.
You could,
Is it like 30-year-old candy, or is it people making them?
No,
again,
apparently
or
still
whatever?
these certain specialty places will still people will still make the candy. So
Look what fire I started. Eh? That's your new nickname now.
yep, that's my new name. Or we could do
But
Debbie.
so they do make
Detroit.
stores. So, so here we're talking about candy and porn. What kind of a show is this? but that's they have stores with vintage
Yes.
candy or
Yeah, you go right online.
It's not 30-year-old candy.
No.
It's just
Nope. Look up
remade,
online. You can get those
whatever.
like dots. I don't know if you remember. It's just paper, piece of
Yeah,
paper
yeah.
with the little dots you just pulled off. It's a little piece of colored
Isn't
sugar.
that acid?
No, but
Acid was like
you
that,
definitely
wasn't
can
it?
still get that kind of candy. Like I know
I'll
you
have to
can't. I
look
know you
online.
can't get the $1,000. Was it $1,000 bar? $1,000 bar, whatever it is.
Yeah.
100
I
grand.
think
100 grand. You can't get the 100
Yeah.
grand bars.
Like
up
we
there.
can't. What was it? The other one? Not the one I asked you about. The peanut butter and the peanuts
Payday.
there, whatever. Payday. I can't get that up here.
Paydays are good.
So yeah. It's just you can't import them.
A
You know what I
100
mean?
grand
So-
bar. There we go. Thanks, Mr. Encoder. See,
100
he's not that
grand bar.
young. Mr. Encoder got it. The
There
100
you
grand
go.
bar. And it's a good. Those are good. Those are real
Yeah.
good.
So you guys want to wrap it up tonight? or
Yeah,
we keep
it's
going,
Super
or-
Gamer Dudes
It's
is
already
kicking
9.
on. I have to torture myself. I'm going to put on Superman 4. I'm going to go right upstairs.
Good luck with that.
And put it on.
May the
I'm a
force
little
be
nervous.
with you.
I'm a little nervous, but I want to say one more time. Definitely keep an eye out for the Mystery Encoder board. If you have an iArcade, there's no reason not to get this little device. It's personally, I think it's the most logical thing to purchase. Grab it, and if you did grab mine, great. But it does. The board is really well designed. It's going to do a lot of great things. And Super Gamer Dudes is starting now, so kick over to those guys there and Of course, not going to be as fun as us. They're not talking about Debbie Does Dallas or Glenn's ET.
Candy.
Glenn's ET, whatever that is. But next week we're going to have a guest. Next week, mystery guest, and
I
maybe
may not be here. I don't know yet, but
Right.
I may or may not be here.
Steve will not be here, so it's going to be a fun show.
We'll party without you.
But hopefully
We'll
I'll have
have
some
a
more
real
news. More news on the Jira Super Akari stick and the gun, and more updates on the iArcade control deck. So for right now, listen, guys, I hope you guys had a good week. I really hope you have a great weekend. But remember, no matter what you do, we have fun here at the show. But remember to tell your family and friends you love them, because tomorrow is never promised. So outside of that,
even though we talk about porn and testicles, take care of your loved ones. Give them a hug. All that stuff. They'll forgive you for all the dirty stuff. You know, it's all good.
Sometimes.
Good night, guys.
Good night, guys. Game on. Catch Super Gamer Dudes. We'll see you next week. Have a good one, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Game on. Sit, Blue, sit.